Hello and welcome to Dave the Suit's Horses for the Notebook, where viewers send in horses which they think were unlucky in running, or maybe the jockey didn't try hard enough. This is for Sunday, the 4th of August. Here's the first one. It's called Charmo and it was sent in by Whopper Supper. Here's the race. It's number 3, drawn 6, so it's coming out of this stall here. There he is, red and white, white with a reddish and white cap. Now at the moment, he's just held up at the back. Plenty of time. It's a 1 mile race. So with 3.5 furlongs to go, he's next to last. 4 or 5 lengths off the leader.
Third, we're not really here, is in fourth. Followed then by High Court Judge, who is racing alongside Hazel Bear, and then
here he is. He's looking for this gap here. He doesn't want to pull it too wide. He's looking for this gap. At the moment, it's half a gap. Now you can see we're going up a hill here. It's mostly hills, uphill at Salisbury. And he's, look, rowing. On the steel, on the bit. Look at this. Motionless. The jockey's motionless. Nowhere for him to go. Half a gap. So he switches it here outside. Loses half a length to a length. But he's had to wait. And now you'll see where he is. Half a furlong pole here. Half a furlong. 110 yards. Too late, sunshine. Far. Too late. Look at the ground he's making up here. Hand over fist. And there he is. Very troubled passage. I think he left it a little bit too late to switch. He was hoping that the gap would expand, and it didn't. Well, let's have a look at its previous form, shall we? So this is the race. We're talking bargain basement. 3-year-olds and older on good to firm at Salisbury. 1 mile. I'll read the comments. It's a 4-year-old. Towards rear, going easily when not clear run repeatedly from 2 out. Switched left, 1 out. Soon in the clear. Kept on well inside final furlong. Eye catcher. Jockey said Gelding was denied a clear run from approximately 2 out until inside the final furlong. It was well inside the final furlong. He should have made his move before he did. So let's have a look at the horse. So, on turf, it's got 2 out of 9, 0 out of 9 on the all-weather. Let's have a look where it wins. So it's won at Brighton over 10 twice. It was staying on over 1 mile there at Salisbury. Its wins have come on good to firm and good. Now, it's won off 48 and 50, and it's now off 55. But it definitely looks capable of winning off 55. But what distance? That was a mile, and it was staying on really well. Will they go back to Brighton? It runs a lot at Brighton. Runs a lot. But it really liked the good to firm ground. Maybe try it over a mile. It had a good turn of foot when it got clear. Definitely one for the notebook. It's up to you. Put it in the notebook. Looked a little bit unlucky to me. So here's the next one. Golden Max. This one's sent in by Goldessa. So this is a horse called Great Max. It ran at York in a Class 4 over 7 furlongs on good to firm. It was sent in by Galdessa, and it's number 6, drawn 13. Here we go.
Forward, let's get us to Contour. Good evening to Malcolm Tomlinson.
So there he comes out the stall. This is the horse. So this is the horse outside, almost last, with the red heart, red and white. The horse looks to be full of running there, full of running, but it's absolutely plumb last. I mean, look at the distance here. It's a 7 furlong race. They're almost in elephant file. Okay, this is the horse here. It's got an absolute double layer wall of horses in front of him. Now watch this. There's nowhere for him to go. And as you can see, all the others, they're being hit and pushed along hard. Going for a gap, going for a gap, going for a gap, going for... No. No. Oh, again, I had to snatch up there, Now he's managed to switch it outside the one with the purple cap. It's coming through diagonal. What is he there? 7th. Gives it a crack. The horse quickens. The race is over. Stops riding straight away. And there he is. I think he had him too far behind. And he was never going to get a clear run. The horses were all too compact in the middle of the course. Far too compact. He got 2-3 layers of horses that he had to, rows of horses that he had to get past. So this is the race. 7 furlong, good to firm. 0 to 80. And here's Great Max in 7th, beating 3 1/4 length, slowly away, took keen hold in rear, not clear run repeatedly, definitely, over 1 furlong out. Edway inside final furlong, no extra, final 110 yards, did well in the circumstances. I think there might have been extra, but the jockey knew that he could arguably maybe have got a 4th at best. I think the jockey decided, I'll settle for where I am and we'll go in another day. It was Daniel Tudhope, running off 76 that day. Let's have a look at its profile. It's not exactly a prolific winner, 1 out of 22. But it's been coming down the ratings. Let's see what it's won off. So, that was a novice. So it's not won for 3 years. Of late, nowhere, rated 81, 80 down the pan, 79 at 4th, 78 at 7th, 76, and it's been dropped £1 for that. Looks ready to win, but this doesn't exactly instill confidence. 1 out of 22, and a couple of, 3 placed efforts. It's on a potentially a winning mark. But if you're going to come from last to first, I mean, Jamie Spencer makes a habit of coming from last to maybe a place. Maybe ride it a bit more handily. What did he do here when it came 4th at Doncaster? Midfield going okay, waiting for home again, 2 out. Went 3rd final, 110 yards. Well, a strike rate of 1 from 22 hardly inspires. It's not for me, to be honest. It does look well handicapped. Maybe next time I'll give it one more chance. Here's another horse that tried to do it the hard way. Let's have a look at the race. This horse is called Rock Opera, and it's over 6 furlongs at York. This was sent in by Dave, better known to some of you as Britain's grumpiest old git. The race is at 2:40. He actually left me a voicemail at 2:43 to say that this horse might have been a bit unlucky. And I swear blind, there's a tremor in his voice, possibly a sobbing. He might have backed it. Anyway, it's coming out of stall 11. Let's have a look what happens. Well, he's missed a break straight away, dwelt in the stalls. It's coming across, they're going to come down the middle by the looks of it. And he's at the back. It's in the burgundy and yellow diamond checked. I mean, there's clear distance between him and everyone else. He's giving, well, too much. It's a 6 furlong sprint. So he's got a wall of horses in front of him, and he's looking where to go. This looks promising. No. So he's went up the back of the horses. Oh, and he's violently switched left. Looks like he's pushing the other horse over. Got a nice gap there. He's rowing. Slap. Running on. Another slap. No, you're not going to get there, pal. 3 slaps. Can you get second, maybe? Can you get second? And he gives it another one. And he finishes third. Ah, well, I hope you played each way. Let's have a look at what it does normally. So this is the race. Rock Opera, it was 25 to 1. You play each way, it's not bad. Now, it's not got the greatest draw in the world because it looks like they got the stalls well off the rail. It was drawn 11. And if 11 and 13 came third and fourth. But if you look at the first, second and the rest. 1, drawn 3, drawn 5, drawn 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and 5 all in the first 6. And it was a decent field of 14. So Rock Opera, Dwelting start, in rear, not clear, run 2 out, short of room, bumped rival, yeah, saw that, under 2 out, in the clear and ran on well, final furlong when it was nearest to finish, carried not a lot. Andrew Mullen was on it, carrying 8 stone 3. The winner and second were basically rated 100 horses, and it's beat a reasonably good field in the 80s and 90s. But let's have a look at it. So it's a 4-year-old gelding. It's 1, 2, come second 3 times, third once. So that's pretty good. That's a win or play strike rate of 50% on turf. And on the all-weather, it's won 2 out of 8 and got placed once, which is a win percentage of 25%. Let's have a look at its wins. So it's won at Doncaster, a nice galloping track on good to firm. It's won at Sutherland, Wolverhampton. These are all over 6, and it won at Hamilton as a 2-year-old. Over 5. Let's have a look how it runs. Doncaster, switched right soon after start, held up in last, and it managed to win. But that was in a Class 4 race. At Southall, midfield, stayed on to lead towards finish. Wolverhampton in rear. The problem with this type of horse. So there we have it. Dwelting start in rear. When it won at Doncaster, switched right soon after start, held up in last. Nottingham, it came second, lost by a nose. Dwelting start in rear. These were in Class 4, and that was a Class 2 at York. Its ice winning rating was 77. That date was off 80, and it's now off 81. They put it up £1 for that run. The problem with this type of horse is it's not that they're unlucky in running, it's that they need luck in running to win. If you're in last place over 6 furlongs, especially in a big field, you need a lot of luck. I think what we can get from these horses is that if they've got form where they dwell in the stalls, they miss the break, they're held up in rear, you've got to be really, really sure that they're going to get a clear run. And at certain courses and certain field sizes, you're just not going to do it. I mean, in the week, I tipped one, and it wasn't the form horse because I thought the one that came from behind was drawn badly. I mean, it actually got up and I got it in the steward's room. But you need all the luck in the world if you're coming from last or if you're drawn badly. And I think a lot of these horses, they've got form. That one there, dwelled, held up in last. You need all the luck in the world to come from last to first. You really, really do. It's all right in a 6-horse race, but not when you're in double figures with the field size. So here's a race which is slightly different. Let's have a look at it. This is called Roger Henry. It's on the all-weather at Newcastle, and it was sent in by Craig. I'm only going to show you the last couple of furlongs. It basically got out, and he kept it tucked in second place all the way around. It was over 10 furlongs at Newcastle, and it's the closing stages that really matter in this race. Right, it's come up the centre of the track. Now the horse is slightly going over to its left. Look. He's gone over to the left. But what does the jockey do? What does he do? He hits it with his right hand. And again. And the horse goes further and further left. Now I thought he switched the whip there, but he didn't. And he carries on hitting it on the right hand side, so the horse goes away from the whip. Now he's switched it, but it's too late. It's too late. You're virtually on the rail. Now he's pushing it out. I think he gives it a little slap down the neck. He don't look great with using his left hand, this guy. And it gets pipped on the line because you're on the slowest part of the track. You don't want to be on that far rail. You want to come down the centre at Newcastle. And to me, it looked like the jockey was very reticent to use his... Well, he was very slow at moving the whip over to his left hand. And he didn't look as good, nowhere near as good with the left hand as he did using his right. But he shouldn't have hit the horse with his right hand. It was so obvious that the horse was drifting to its left anyway. You should have been hitting it on the left-hand side, using your left hand to prevent it going across like that. It's not bad. It's a 4-year-old. It's quite lightly raced, actually. Only raced 8 times, twice on turf, and 6 times on the all-weather. It won at Beverley on soft ground, and its form on good to firm does not look good. It's only done that one run, though. That was at Brighton, a tricky track. It's won off 64. It's now running off 72. Is it well handicapped? Oh, dear. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't like horses that get penalised for not winning. And well, a jockey that I won't say he's not got a brain, but you could see that it was going left. If it's going left, you've got to correct it. You don't correct a horse going left by hitting it on the right hand side. You do it the other way around. Not a great ride at all. He's an apprentice. I've watched a lot of his races. To be honest, I've never seen him really hit the horse with his left hand, even when it's called for. He got 3 rides at Bath on Friday night. Now, I'm recording this before then, but have a look at his mounts for Friday night at Bath. See how he rides, because I think he's a big lad for a jockey, put it that way. I think his lightest riding weight, I thought it was quite high. I don't recall what it was. I thought it was quite high. And he looks very big in the saddle. So that's it for another week. Don't back the horses blind. Have a look at what form they've got, and are conditions ideal for it? And is it more likely to win than to lose? This is Dave the Sioux saying it exactly as it is. Bye for now.